welcome to a sunny Scotland. You don't get to say that too often. So it's the penultimate round for us this weekend, and we are driving both ways around the circuit, which is quite a learning curve, and the first time I think it's ever been done in Caterham, which is pretty cool. So we are going to do a little dialogue throughout this weekend to shoot the round and show you guys what it's like to race Caterhams up here in Scotland. So hopefully you enjoy.
Pretty quick, isn't it?
So yeah, the morning testing's gone well, and we're now just changing the track around, and we're changing the car around to suit it, and hopefully the afternoon will go just as well, heading into qualifying tomorrow morning. In between every session, and certainly before the race, we'll just check the car over, spanner check all the nuts and bolts, especially circuits like this where it kind of shakes it to pieces. So the guys are checking now for any cracks in the suspension, and all the nuts are done up nice and tight ahead of the next session. We're good to go.
So throughout the weekend we got different setup changes. There's so much that you have to figure out what setup works best, trying to go through all the data and figure out what works best for the car. So there's a lot to figure out at the beginning of the weekend, but during the end of the weekend is where all the entertaining things happen to the race. And you always want to hope to do well, and from there, hopefully we've been having a good weekend, good weekends all round. So hopefully we keep it up this weekend at Knockhill.
Test day complete. Now it's just stripping the car a little bit, spanner checking everything. We're just going to check the alignment as well, because we had a little knock at the last round. So we're just going to double check the alignment, and then yeah, a deep clean, lots of polish, make you go faster, and qualifying first thing tomorrow. So, here's me pretending to be a mechanic. we're actually changing our rear anti-roll bar links because the track's so violent here that they keep jumping off. These are a couple of years old now, so we've got some nice new ones with circlips in them which should stop them from popping off tomorrow. Just a bit of a fail-safe really, so hopefully it'll do the job.
Cleaning the wheels at the moment, because to be honest, there's nothing worse than a dirty car. You always want to have a clean car when racing. It stands out, shows like you want to be there, and it just shows good quality of the car really.
We're going around cloth cleaning things and basically looking for cracks and any loose nuts. Just a good way of spotting things. So we just wipe over and any we spot, repair.
So that's end of testing. We've been blessed by a nice Scottish sunset, and yeah, wake up fresh and stick it on pole hopefully.
the green flag at the back of the grid. The marshals skipping away. We've got the 5-second board presented to the drivers. The drivers will be looking at those lights top right of our screen, ready for them to launch for the first of the 2 Caterham 7 270R races. 30 minutes of action. A little bit of a bogging down there by Taylor O'Flanagan. It looked like he had 2 bites of that clutch, and not quite of a smoother race release as he would want. Hugo Bush coming right across from the outside, managed to squeeze him nearly onto the grass, and then takes that opening thing. We are going to have some gravelly moment for Ryan Errol. He will be able to read just how tight it is and how steeply uphill the cars go as they head then back up towards the start-finish straight. And again, that's another thing that the drivers have to really take into account where they figure it out over this, is that's another position lost by Taylor O'Flanagan. What's happened to him then? So why has he dropped all the way down into 5th place? That happened after the start-finish line. So whether they were just getting past him on slipstream alone, I'm not sure. Whether he's got an issue. Maybe he's got a gear selection issue. We've certainly seen that sometimes if the gearbox starts getting a bit sticky when it's hot or needs a refresh. So hopefully that's not at play for Taylor O'Flanagan, but he's down in that 6th place as he comes up behind Bianchi, seeing whether he can recover back one of those places. Bianchi taking that sort of more wide natural racing line. That does leave the inside open, but he will have a little bit more speed carried around the outside, and he gets onto the flat a little bit sooner, as well as having the toe. So he is actually going to maintain that position as they head up and over the hill, and you can see Taylor O'Flanagan had to tuck in again. So he is not where he wants to be. This is not how he envisaged his race weekend happening. But Hugo Bush is broken free with Don Mansberger. They'll be looking in their mirrors knowing that their main championship rival has slipped down the order, and they'll be certainly licking their lips to see that, and especially Gareth Lucas getting fully involved in that battle as well, acting as a little bit of a cork behind Bianchi. So Bianchi's got no way to get through at the moment. Another little stone you can hear clicking and clacking in the background just on the camera mics, and they stones on the racetrack can cause issues with radiators. They can puncture and have done that in the past. But this fast train of 3 cars then heading round Railway Bend to the left-hand side. Bianchi going to the inside. He managed to find a gap through on the inside. He's going to get that inside line, but we're going 3 wide. Taylor Flanagan's taking the very wide line. There's slight interlocking of wheels, but they seem to manage to get that all figured out. Taylor Flanagan is holding the outside line, and will he have the extra momentum up the hill? It's a steeper part of the hill he's going up there, as opposed to Lucas, who's on the slightly less steep part of the track. But Lucas is going to head down the inside, and it does look like O'Flanagan's going to have leapfrogged them both with that 3 wide move, which you wouldn't expect to work, but he kind of knew he had to get it done, and he just did it. He put it there, and they were very respectful of giving him space on the exit. So really good, respectful racing there from the rest of the field here as they head down through Butcher's up to sort of sit back in that. He will have been looking in his mirrors for the last 3 or 4 corner laps, thinking, I can see Taylor O'Flanagan is coming back to us. And in the rate of knots that he is coming, there's a 1.8 second gap last time over the line, but that has been coming down and down as he dispatched with that chase group and made his way across. And I think it really relents any speed from using that gravel. But Mansberger is going to be able to get to the inside. There's another wing there on the inside in the middle of the track. Hugo Bush protecting side by side, absolutely wheel to wheel, but Taylor O'Flanagan takes that wide line. He's going to carry all that speed up. He was watching that action happen. He's also had a little bit of practice. He's avoiding that wing that is just stuck in the middle of the road and the wind isn't blowing it away, but he has got overhauled Mansberger as they head to that line, and Hugo Bush is next up. Hugo Bush just jinking a little bit to the inside to say there is no room for you to go here, but he's gone wide around Duff 6. He's going to have to take to the escape road. He is going to rejoin the track and actually will make it, stick it into the lead, just clips that gravel. He's having a bit of an uncomfortable ride there through that opening sequence. As soon as he got offline, he just was not able to pull it back, but he's maintained again as he pogo sticks through the chicane and out and manages somehow to keep it all within bounds, but only just. That one little mistake as he went up down the hill has cost him all the way around here, and now it's O'Flanagan that he's going to be looking in his mirrors to try and defend from, because his teammate Mansberger is now in that 3rd place. And how often have we seen this throughout the weekend? They're having to choose what side they go of that wing. The wing will be gently moving as the race goes on, but there is Hugo Bush up, managed to protect up the inside, and there was no wide line for Taylor O'Flanagan to use that time. I know that Taylor O'Flanagan uses the James Wingfield racing awning, as well as PT Sports cars, or PT Motorsport for their support. So PT Motorsport in the middle of a DPR sandwich at the moment, and he's going to drift a little bit wide there. Mansberger's going to be able to carry it around the outside, so that little move didn't work out for him. Mansberger's seen it all before, as if they're all going to move up into the 310R, which I expect them to, as they show the full-on balance and car control you need to drive one of these Caterhams sideways as we headed over Duffers Dip, and a little bit of a check in the mirrors to check where everyone else is. But we caught that one on camera, Hugo. You can add that one to your pictures list, and hopefully Snappy John's out there on Snappy Racers photographer will have caught that on camera as well. In his Motul sponsored car in second place. And then we've got Hugo Bush out there with the DPR Motorsport logo blazing across the rear of his grey and red machine. Another little tickle of the gravel. Again, got to keep an eye out for track limits. It does seem like from the previous races there is a limit at which the marshals will call you, but at the moment they're being fairly lenient today, which is great to see. Let's get this racing action as Taylor O'Flanagan and see whether there is any chance of a move up the inside there. But again, these wings are kind of affecting the lines they can take and up and around this hill, so you can always use them as a defensive tactic as well as they're stuck in the communities, especially when you get to this level, the third step of the Caterham Motorsport ladder. They have done a seasons of academy. They've done, or most of them have done a season of academy, driving Caterhams many years by now, so they know how to drive them. They know what makes them fast. They know how to race. They've seen a lot of situations. This might be a new one to add to the list as well, the sheer number of wings in the middle of the road. But as we head on then down into the hairpin, again, remember, they've got to make that decision. What side of the wing do I go? Mansberger chooses to go right, and he's actually got an overlap, but he chops right across his teammate there. I said watch out for that as we go through the race weekend. That felt quite a jinky move there, as I'll call it. I don't know if that's an official term, but like limits. It does seem like from the previous races there is a limit at which the marshals will call you, but at the moment they're being fair. Whether the wind direction changes, we'll look out to see whether that... Bush has lost it out of McIntyre's. Properly lost it that time, just could not get it all slowed up, and you can see that as a bump took away his rear arch as well. Just such was the ferocity of that bump. So that puts Hugo Bush, he was take it over the line this time as they head down into that area. There's definitely going to be yellow flags, so Mansberger is going to be coming out in front while they're coming to that yellow flag zone where that car is on the outside, 7.028, and they're kind of running in 58-second laps now with all this debris on the track, and also with running and battling with each other. That does slow you down, and you can see about a second a lap difference between an absolute clean and pristine lap. They head into this zone, which is going to have yellow flags protecting at some level, but not on this entry position, and Mansberger is able to keep ahead as they head into this zone. Let's just check the marshal's post. There is still a waved yellow flag there, so they may well cover this by that waved yellow or even a stationary yellow as they head on through. As they head into Duffer's Dip, Mansberger was very late on the brakes there, managed to get it done, managed to get in front of O'Flanagan, and again Flanagan looked like he was kind of keeping that an eye out, so Gravel didn't offer him quite the grip. They're going side by side through Clarks. They would normally not go side by side. He's on the grippy gravel again, but does manage to back onto the track. Hugo Bush is on the inside now as they come into the hairpin, so he has managed to hold on. Can he actually make that position stick? He's in front as they come into the braking zone. We've seen how late he goes on the brakes. A little bit too late that time. Locked up his front tyre. That's going to give O'Flanagan the opportunity to get back up the inside, and he does that. So a little bit of a over eagerness on the brake pedal that time. We crossed the line with about 57 seconds, and you can see the last lap board has been shown to the drivers. We are on the last lap of this race then. One more circuit of this 1 mile, 2.1 kilometre, 1.3 mile circuit as they head round McIntyre's. If I concentrate too much on that, I won't say anything before the end of this race. We've got Hugo Bush in that third place. Can he make anything on that? He was ahead as we went to Taylor's. Mansberger getting a high jump record as he heads through the chicane that time through, but he's got a little bit of a comfy gap. I would say it's not particularly a large gap, but I would say at this stage I would feel fairly comfortable as I'm heading into the chicane. No, I'm not sure I would feel totally comfortable with Taylor O'Flanagan behind me. What's going to happen this time then? Mansberger is going to be able to take the natural note. He's going to choose to defend up the inside, which he does. He is still ahead as we come onto the entrance. We are going 3 wide. Another puff of smoke from Hugo Bush. Is he going to be able to get the run as he takes it out of this corner? It doesn't look like it. Is Mansberger going to be able to take his third victory of this year? I think so. As we head up the hill, you can see the checkered flag being shown to them all. It is going to be Mansberger, followed by Taylor O'Flanagan, followed by Hugo Bush.
Congratulations. Fastest lap as well.
Yeah, buzzing. Had a bad start, got right back, so it's a bit of a fight after that. They were working together for a bit, so I got a little bit worried, but then they started fighting, managed to catch back up, and then it was just a dogfight to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Yeah, it was good fun.
We did enjoy it. It was great to watch, and it looked like you were just sitting back waiting for these two to just, figure out what they were going to do, and then you just go on past.
Yeah, it was probably more damage limitation, to be honest, because it was really, really close. It looked like there was going to be some big moments, so I was like, yeah, I've got plenty of time. We'll sit and wait just in case something happens, and I'll drive one through. But no, they kept it together, so we had to have a bit of a fight at the end.
Oh, it was brilliant. Thank you for making it such a great race to watch.
Thank you so much.
I went off second lap. Posing for the photographs here, Dom looking extremely happy. Hugo has warned them tomorrow he's coming for them in the anti-clockwise configuration. And now... Hey!